and today we are going to be doing a book versus movie. Blah, blah, blah. Whenever you say, oh, I like the movie better than the book, you get a bunch of stares like, what? Like, usually everybody says the movie is not as good as the book, ever. And usually I abide by that rule because the book always has more detail. But sometimes the movie equals up or even betters the book. Welcome to Studio B. So, I am crazy excited to share this with you guys. And just so you know, this is just my opinion. I'm going to start off with Wonder. We bought this movie just like a week ago. And we have watched it every night at dinner for like 4 nights in a row. Because we loved the movie. And I was the only one who had read the book. So I was like, oh, that's not true in the book. Oh, in the book that happened. Oh, her hair wasn't like that. And then everybody was like, wow. Because they don't want you interrupting the movie. But my point is that a lot of times the book has more stuff than the movie. Like, all the time. And Wonder, I loved the movie. The movie was so good. I loved it. Well, I loved the movie. My first issue with it was, in the book, Augie says, my face is terrible. It's worse than anything you can imagine. My ears are all deformed. One eye's down here, one eye's up here, right? But in the movie, it was kind of normal looking. Like, a lot. Like, it took 2 seconds, and then you're like, oh, that's just a normal face, right? It's barely just like a scar and then like that. It's not really much. Well, as much as I kind of, I guess, wanted it to be. I wanted it to show how it says in the book how terrible it was. It didn't look bad. It looked regular with like a little bit of stuff here and there, but not much. And I saw in the newspaper how it like took a bunch of makeup to put on, but seriously? Problem number 2 with this book. They left a few details out that were really important in the story. Like, Augie got hearing aids that were like huge Lobot hearing aids. And then the hearing aid man was nice. But then after that, everybody was nice to him at school. And that was a big part of the book. Seriously. And they left it out. They didn't do anything about hearing aids. They didn't even start wearing them. I mean, how much would a prop hearing aid cost to just throw it in there? Yeah, please. I just want it to be just like the movie. I mean, the book. Problem number 3. They left out a few things that I could get, but they actually made a pretty big impact on the book. In the movie, Miranda has brown hair that's like swirled and just some pink highlights. In the book, she has a huge pink bob of hair, right? And she like has a ton of makeup on and stuff. But really, in the movie, it doesn't show what it should be. Because in the book, Miranda was like totally rebel. She had like on a ton of makeup and a big pink of hair. But just a few pink highlights didn't make much. I mean, people in my school have pink highlights. Well, red highlights. But seriously, it didn't really make that much of an impact. I wanted it to show, like how in the book, that Miranda had made a big change on her life. And it shows the new Miranda in the book, and it just didn't show that in the movie. Things I loved about the movie, okay? Number 1, the dad. Okay, the dad was hilarious, okay? And it totally resembled how a real dad actually acts. Like, he comes in with Augie on the first day of school. Now, Augie, past here is a no dad zone, because it's not cool to walk up on your first day with your dad. I know I'm cool, but typically most dads aren't. They aren't cool. I know I'm cool, but most kids' dads aren't. Does your dad say that? Mine does. Comment below if you are like any other regular person on earth that has their dad say that. The dad was amazing and hilarious. So I totally thought that Summer totally resembled what she would have looked like in the book. Acted exactly like it, and I liked that. And Sharp and Jack, exactly. Julian, perfect match, right? I thought it was exactly how I had pictured it. You know when you read a book, it's not like da 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 da, and you're just reading it. It's like you're in the world, but it's not like you're in a world with a bunch of blurry-faced creatures. They need to have faces, right? And it was exactly what I had imagined. So I thought the casting was spot on. Spot on, perfect. I love the casting. Who casted those people? If you are watching and you casted this movie, thank you. You need to cast a lot more movies, okay? A lot more movies, okay? Number 3. I love how they totally resembled the book by breaking it up how it does, just like it does in the book, like that. And it shows the different perspectives and the stories. I thought that as well was spot on. Okay, I loved that they did that because that's exactly how the book went. And I love that they just did that. It was awesome. I loved this book being turned into movies. There are a few things I didn't like, but a lot of things that I loved about it. And a lot of other books have been turned into movies too. We have Harry Potter. Whoop, whoop. I loved a lot of things. And Snape, oh my goodness, Snape was spot on. Who is Snape? Because that was like every single bit exactly how you picture Snape. Who? Harry Potter. No, I can't even do it. Who is that actor? That's awesome. Okay, so Harry Potter is awesome. The only thing I didn't like, well, I guess the ghosts and the singing ladies in the picture were a little bit more fantasy than I thought it would be. Special effects these days are like bomb, okay? They are so awesome. They can do tons of stuff, but it's kind of, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I love the movies, and I love them so much. I love the books so much, though I wish that they could have just done all the books. I love these books and movies so much that I wish they could just do all of them, and I'm so excited for them to do a movie of The Getaway. I hope they are. If you are a movie producer, listen to me. I beg you. Hear my plea. Make a movie of The Getaway. It'd be so awesome. Okay. Aragon. The Sea Monsters. Percy Jackson. Oh my goodness. I'm reading this right now. I read number 1. Finally. Oh my goodness. This book is so good. You guys need to read this series. It's so great. And I thought it wasn't really going to be that good because, well, no offense or anything, but the cover was just a little weak. It didn't really show me what it was about. So I got kind of confused. The beginning started off a little confusing as well, but then I was like, BAM! Okay, it was so awesome. BAM! He's a demigod. BAM! He's the son of Poseidon. Oh my goodness. Did I just tell everybody that? Never mind. Okay. Where the wild things are. Okay, I've gotten a little bit confused with this one. This is a 10-sentence book. Okay, this is for 3-year-olds. Look at this. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through the day. See, look at these words. There's not even words on these. And they made this into a 2-hour-long movie? It's so short. How can this be a 2-hour-long movie? How? I don't believe it. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. I have watched the movie and I thought it was awesome. I loved everything about this movie except for that it never really told in the book that he was a big fan of Australia, and that was a big part in the movie. That was like a big part. He loved Australia. He had a didgeridoo, and he had a big birthday party that way. But the thing is that it never really says anything about him loving Australia. So where'd that come from? Okay, some of you might be confusing this, okay, movie producer people? It says he wants to go to Australia. He is being sarcastic. He's saying, I I'd like to move to Australia, okay? Because he doesn't want to be there. That doesn't mean that he's totally into Australia. He's being sarcastic. It's like me being like, oh, I wish I'd moved to Antarctica, but I do not like the cold. Oh, I died today. It was like 60 degrees out, okay? That does not mean that I want to go there. It just means that I'm being sarcastic. Sarcasm is not the same thing. Where did you get that idea? Seriously. Matilda, Narnia, Charlotte's Web, Ella Enchanted. Lots of these books have been turned into movies, and they are great. Two books that I am really excited to be turned into movies right now. One, A Wrinkle in Time. This book is supposed to be amazing. I've read a lot of books like this book. I haven't actually read this book yet, and I'm going to read it right soon because I really want to watch the movie, and I believe it's going to be awesome. Have you seen the preview? It looks awesome, okay? AWESOME. Awesome, woo, awesome, woo, awesome are we. I made that up in 2nd grade to memorize how to spell it. I always spelled it wrong. Okay, and number 2. I am really excited for The War with Grandpa to come out. I have not read this book yet. I didn't know this book existed yet, but it sounds really awesome. A kid at war with his grandpa. I mean, he loves his grandpa and all, but when his grandpa moved in, he took his room. And he loves his grandpa and all, but it's time for war. He and his friends come to play pranks on his grandpa and drag him out of the room. But instead of going away, the grandpa fights back with pranks and traps and all these terrible things. Grandpa, you're supposed to be walking around in a walker, not picking on people. This totally sounds like my Papa, and I could totally see going to war with him. But the thing is that he tickles me. He pins me down and tickles me to death, so I'd probably lose in like 0.2 seconds. Actually, I probably wouldn't go to war with my grandpa. I'd go to war with my grandma, though. Lita! She'd win me over with donuts. Man, why am I so bad at this? What? Donuts, tickling? Now, I need you to tell me, book or movies better? Books or movies? Okay, I need to know. You'd probably automatically say book, because I'm a book reviewer and you think that I'm going to shoot my laser eyeballs out of the screen if you say movie. But I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Just comment it down below and I will not shoot laser beam eyes at you. Okay? Also, I want to know, if you were in a war with your grandpa, who would win? I can't wiggle my eyebrows, okay? Everybody else can do it so much better. Okay, I got it. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Comment below if you were in a war with your grandpa, who would win? Book or movie? And make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like books or movies better. Make sure you hit that subscribe button or I'll go to war with you.